Today we have a smart hummingbird feeder to unbox. So this is by UHAOO, I believe. This one is about $160. So this is kind of something that's blown up, I'd say, in the past year or 2 years, smart hummingbird feeders, because we kind of had the regular smart bird feeder boom, then there was the nest box houses, which I think are really, really cool. And then now we're getting a lot of smart hummingbird feeders. So there's a ton of different brands making these. A lot of them have similar designs. I think the packaging on here looks pretty good. I did notice on the back, so when we started with the smart bird feeders, I'm assuming a lot of them are from China, and so they would just have birds, like random birds that you wouldn't see at a feeder, like hummingbirds to a regular bird feeder, but they've gotten better. So these are actually some American hummingbirds. They did mess up their Lucifer hummingbird and their Allen's hummingbird, so those two should be switched. Lucifer and Allen's. So that's too bad, but at least they're getting better putting actual birds that you might see on this product. So that's good. So let's open it up. Unfortunately, it's March right now, so in Wisconsin we don't really have any hummingbirds coming, so this is probably going to be more of an unboxing than an actual test. But you know, when the hummingbird season comes, maybe we can put it up, get some ruby-throated hummingbirds. So I popped kind of these open, so we could open it a little easier, and they did send this to us to test, so I do appreciate them sending it for us to try out, or at least unbox. So we have our guide on top. Packaging. Cleaning brush, which is useful because you should be cleaning out your hummingbird feeders pretty often. You don't want bacteria and fungus and mold to get in there. So it's nice that they have some stuff to help clean it out. So this is the feeder unit itself. This is plastic. And then the camera looks pretty nice. Take the film off right away. Always satisfying. So it actually goes like this. And then I think this is more or less an ant moat. So if like ants are up here, they'd have trouble climbing out to get down to it. And then this is the antenna. Looks like you can put different flowers on here, so it might have different colors. And this is the base. So right now it has yellow. A lot of times people would dye their hummingbird sugar water red, but you don't need to, and it's probably bad for the hummingbirds, so leave it clear. The feeder being red is plenty to attract hummingbirds. Let's open this little component box up. Oh, so you can actually put purple or blue flowers on. There's a little like pin tool on here as well, like a tiny little thing to, if you need to reset it or something. Hook. Tiny brush for the flower ports, which is good. Two different perches, it looks like. And then the antenna and a charging cable. So it's been a while, and we're gonna put the hummingbird feeder up because the hummingbirds are back. So I'm gonna turn it on here so we can connect it to the app. I have kind of the accessories on. So let's figure out what app it is. Normally the boxes have a thing you can scan. Oh, it's the VideoMicPro home security app. So I've actually enjoyed using that one in the past. So we can scan the QR code on the box, and then it'll take us to the app. So I gotta log in.
Connection succeeded.
That's good. That's what I like to hear. Medium Wi-Fi strength. We are assembled. We'll update the firmware. Normally they have some kind of firmware update, so we'll let that go. I put out a little hook. It's not that far off the ground, but in my experience, hummingbirds don't really care normally. So we'll see if they go onto that hook. I've never put out a hummingbird feeder in the yard, so we'll get this out and see if we get anything. I know it can take some time for them to find it. Okay, well, we are live. It's kind of cool because I didn't even have to pair, like I didn't have to hold the phone up to it. It connected to it. Maybe it's because I've used the app in the past, but that's cool. So there were specific instructions on here to fill the feeder from the bottom, and I did prepare some sugar water. It's a 4-to-1 solution, so it's 4 parts water, 1 part sugar. Have it in this bottle. It says distilled water. It's not. It's the solution I made. So to fill this, let me close the feeder. We're gonna do it from the bottom, so you make sure the top is tight. Fill her up. Hope it doesn't leak. Maybe I should have done this outside. Okay. Part of a leaf in there we're gonna get out. I'm assuming this pops into place. Okay, so I think we're good. I'm gonna tip it over outside just in case though. Some feedback I've gotten about some other Hummingbird feeders of the smart variety is that they leak on the bottom, and then because they're swaying on a pole, you get a lot of notifications. So we'll see if those hold true for this one. So let's tip it over and we can put it on our pole we have out there. All right, let's do the tip test. I think we're good. I don't see anything leaking. So we're gonna go hang it out on this hook. Now we wait and see if we get any hummingbirds. Had the hummingbird feeder out for a couple days. We had hummingbirds basically immediately, which I was surprised about because I'd never put up a hummingbird feeder in that yard. So that was a nice surprise, but let's take a look at some of the stuff we captured. I also realized a couple things that I would change if I had to set it up again, but there are more things that like I did, not necessarily about the product itself. So let's take a look at the app. We've gotten tons of notifications. It's like I expected because it was hanging. You get a notification like every time it swings. So let's check out our hummingbirds first. The picture looks pretty solid, actually, but yeah, right away we had some hummers, which was really cool. It's just neat to get that view. And here in the east, we pretty much just have ruby-throated. So, but it's so cool. It's just neat to have that view. And sometimes the wing beats look a little weird. That's because of the frame rate the camera's shooting at. Sometimes it like lines up with the wing beats so they don't look like they're really flapping. But that just happens sometimes. Other times everything looks fine. But yeah, it was great to see the hummingbirds. You can see just how many notifications there are with nothing there. So it's gonna do that unless you find a way to like stabilize it somehow. But then at night we had a raccoon that basically drank all of the nectar, so that was goofy. So I would definitely recommend hanging it out of raccoon height, probably with like a baffle, because you don't want mammals out there. We just had it up there temporarily. I didn't even really think about it, but he basically drained the whole thing twice now, because I didn't move it. But the first day when I came out to check, there was a bunch of ants on it. Those ant modes, you put water in them. So there's one actually in the hanging hook and then on the top of the feeder. So you got to put water in there. So it will dry and then you got to put some more water in there, but that should keep the ants out. Overall, I really enjoyed using it. It worked well with the app. I didn't have any issues with it being buggy. It is going to send a ton of notifications unless you stabilize it somehow. And I know some companies are working on doing it so they're not hanging hummingbird feeders, they're more static, but with something that's hanging, it does seem like it's going to send you a bunch of notifications. But it did work well for us. It did not leak, which was good. So just make sure you hang it in a place where it's going to be out of the reach of mammals, probably, you know, do a little mammal proofing and get it in a good area and you should be good to go. So let me know what you thought and thanks for watching. We'll see you next time on Badgerland Birding.